Welcome. How you guys doing tonight?
We're
And
good.
Y'all good? Well,
hello,
y'all
hello.
sound happy, yo. Y'all got man. How y'all doing
And
tonight, man?
We good. We good.
You, how are you, Frank? How's everything?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing very well. We sounding good on your end over there?
Yeah, now you are. Yeah.
Now and what's up, Lika?
What's up? What's up? I'm trying to
What's
connect my
going on?
earpods. It's not connecting.
It's not connecting, but we can hear you though. And how you doing, Michelle?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
That's good. Welcome back, everybody. My name is the Mrs. with Affinity Black Podcast. We are here today with our amazing cast. If you guys can just please introduce yourselves once more.
This is
Frank, we'll start with you.
my name is Frank, but I'm also known as Lemmy. Um, Ranging from the hybrid section of the Bronx, here to raise your consciousness. That's all.
Yeah, we like that. We like that. Lika.
Hi, I'm Lika. I'm from Brooklyn. Mother of two. Nice to meet everyone again.
Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I live in Houston. I'm originally from Harlem, and I'm a caterer. And we here to talk about some good stuff tonight. What's up, Carla?
Good. Okay, so the topic of tonight's discussion, and guys, don't just watch our show, make sure you guys subscribe. The topic of today's discussion is relationship standards versus preferences. Are you willing to compromise? Why or why not? So, first, let's unpack the meaning of standards and preferences. So, first, standards are a level of quality or attainment and or guidelines, certain things that you will not you cannot negotiate. It's unnegotiable, not negotiable. And then we have preferences is a greater alternative over another or others. So we're gonna start with you, Frank. Give me three
Whoa.
or top standards.
I don't know. I never really had standards.
You never had standards. Really? You just made them up as you
Uh,
went along. You figured them out as you went along. What's up?
you know what I think is the women made the standards for me. Like as 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 the situation progressed forward, the women would lay down like a standard. Like if
Okay.
a woman would do something that would be out of the norm, that would catch my attention and be like, oh, okay. And but I never really had like a list or prerequisite uh, to be in my presence. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, I mean, of course, physically you'd have to be attractive.
okay, so that's a
Uh,
A
preference. So
preference.
what are your
yeah,
preferences? Let's talk about your preferences then.
that's another thing that you might get confused because I don't really have a preference.
You don't not even a physical preference. I mean, let's talk
Well,
about
well, let's get okay. So, all right. So, I like black women.
okay.
Like, all right. So, I'm gonna base my answer based on my Pornhub
Oh
category list.
God. Oh my
No,
God.
no, no.
All right, let's do it. Let's start there. That's what works.
Because in my Pornhub category list, I have like I watch no, like I watch thick joints with the yams. Then I like
Okay,
slim joints. I like
okay.
slim joints.
What are
Um,
yams?
butt, big butt.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, but thick, slim,
Hmm.
BBW,
Okay.
and I think yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I have a
You're
preference.
not. If you had it your way, that's what it would be. Black
It would
woman,
black. You gotta be
yams.
black. You gotta
Okay.
be black. You gotta be
Okay.
black. You don't have to have. See, but that you don't have to have yams because I like them slim too,
Okay.
and I like them big. I don't know, but the big joints I only do them like in the winter time
Oh my
because it's
God.
cold. But no. All right. But
Nah.
that was my reference because I really don't have like a set
Okay.
like a standard type of thing, you know?
Okay. And but that would be your preference. If you had it your way, your preference would be you
It's something on you has to take my has to get my attention. It could be your eyeballs, it could be your smile, it could be how you conduct yourself. Something about you has to
has
get
to
my
attract.
attention.
Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool. What about you,
Yes.
Lika? What are your standards and your preferences? Like, give me your top three standards, like non-negotiable. This has to be there.
Teeth is one.
That's your preference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, teeth. He has to be ambitious. Um,
Ambitious, as far as
something going for him. Okay. Also, he has to have something going for him. He cannot be sitting at home or hanging out on a corner. Um,
So that's a standard.
that's a standard. So he has to have a job.
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, can't be about that thug life neither. So that's another one.
Okay.
And he has to smell good and dress well. So that's all I really have. I go by based off of heart and I listen to how people speak. So if I see how they speak and they can hold a conversation, then I look past the ugliness and see their heart and see their mind. But their
Okay.
teeth have to
Sounds
be
romantic.
on point. If their teeth is not on point, I can't talk to you.
They have to have good teeth. Their teeth
That,
gotta
that
be nice,
straight.
straight
They have to
teeth,
be
white,
straight.
curly white.
They can't have no you know how some guys have the cavity or the tongue is black or white or whatever. Mm-mm.
No. Okay. So what are your top three preferences?
Oh, me?
Yeah. What else would you prefer? Like
Dress well.
physically, dress
Dress
well. Okay.
well. It don't have to be name brand because you could look good without being a name brand. Um,
Okay.
carry himself well. That's really it. I mean, dress well, teeth, and if he has dreads or a bald head, plus.
Okay. Plus a ball head or dreads. Okay, Michelle, what are your
Uh,
top three standards?
So my
Oh my
standards have
God.
not.
Okay.
So my top three have nothing to do with the physical appearance. So attentiveness, kindness, respectful. I like someone that's family oriented and goal oriented and appreciative. So out of those that I would say my top three, I would just say appreciative, respectful, and goal oriented.
Okay. And what would be your preferences? What would you
Tall,
prefer?
tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
Three.
Okay. So what's up? Also, how you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, y'all?
Good. Welcome back. So we are
Yeah.
discussing relationship standards versus preferences. So what are your top three standards when it comes to a relationship or a person?
Mm, mm, Standards.
Standards like non-negotiable. They have this
Oh,
has
non-negotiable. She has to cook. That's no.
okay.
It
Mm,
has
Okay.
mm.
That's a deal breaker for you?
complete deal breaker. If you can't cook, you're gone. Straight up.
It says it
Okay.
in the Bible.
Can you cook?
Oh,
I want to hear some more about this.
hold on, hold on. Can y'all hear that static? Is that mine or is that somebody else's?
No, that's good. That's good. That's you.
That's me with the static.
Oh no, 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 no. We don't hear no. I don't hear any
Oh,
static.
so
Okay.
y'all hear me clearly, look. Y'all hear me
Yeah.
clearly, clearly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If you can't cook, you're gone. Definitely a standard. Uh, let me. She got to be standard. That's non-negotiable. Gotta cook. She just definitely cook. Like I
That's
ain't
all he care about is the food.
really tripping. And my
She
prep.
got to cook. She got to cook, and she got to cook. What are your
I
preferences?
mean, and she definitely got to accept my kids. And like, I mean,
Okay.
that's definitely number two. She definitely got to accept my kids. If not, beat rocks. Yeah, that's it. Just not cook and make sure you just my preference. That's it. My preference. Like I
And
ain't,
so what are your preferences, like
Oh,
physical
so
preferences? Like,
my preference in a female, I definitely like I don't even matter tall, black, short, don't even matter.
mm-hmm.
I prefer a Spanish woman, but I'm in love with you, dark skin.
Mm,
My,
mm,
my queens, my black ladies is like
mm.
so. Um,
Cállate vos.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, just with preference, just she just gotta have a mind on her shoulder. Just know what she wanted, know what she wants. Just and communication. Like definitely, I prefer female that love to communicate and have fun. Straight up.
I agree. I like all of those answers. So, would you are cats and dogs negotiable? Not
Uh,
like they're non-negotiable animals.
it depends. If your cat pissing all over the place, and if I walk into your, I don't mind animals, but if I walk into your crib and it smells like straight kitty piss or dog shit, nah, we done too. I don't give a fuck how bad you look, how cute you look, how smart you is. That means you ain't clean. Because you can't take care of your animals, you ain't doing something right. You ain't right.
What about you, Lika? Are cats and dogs? They a part of the family too. Would
They
you date
are.
somebody that got cats and dogs?
Yes, I would date someone who have animals because
Okay.
I have a whole bunch of animals. Well, I used to have 2 cats now. So
Okay. What about you, Michelle?
I'm scared of dogs, so that's a deal breaker for me. I will not enter the home. I will not like walk. I wouldn't even go on the block, like, and I'm not coming out my car, like,
All right.
saying
So, if a person had roaches, does that mean
it.
are
They're
they like
dirty.
are they dateable? Are people that have roaches dateable? Frank, would you date a
All
person
right,
that
so
has
so
roaches?
so this one touched dear to my heart. This question right here, right? Because just because you have roaches doesn't mean you dirty, bro. Because
Okay.
True.
I had this one apartment on Anthony Avenue off of Burnside.
Oh, the building was
Um,
roach infested. It was the building.
nah. It was my
Oh,
neighbor. You heard my neighbor because
um,
when I would come home, I would catch the roaches coming out from under their door, and their
mm,
door was right next to mine. So, and then one night I woke up and the roaches coming in through my door. You heard, and then I wound up having a roach problem. I had to call the super and all that to put the little things down. So it don't mean the person's dirty, but you dirty. You heard, but you not dirty.
Okay, so that means because there's good people out there that have roaches. Would y'all date anybody that had roaches, or is that like that's a turn off?
It
Rika
depends.
like nah.
Because
Rika
we
like
we
nah.
we we won't really know you got roaches unless we in your crib. Like if you grew up in the hood, you had roaches, you had mice, like it was all sorts of shit. But if your shit is infested and I'm sitting on the couch and I see one, two, three, four, they flying by, I might be dipping too.
So okay, so it's negotiable. You'll deal with somebody like that.
Not if she no, I mean if listen, if
Maybe,
she
maybe not.
control it, if she can't control her crib,
That's a
it's
problem.
yeah, like you gotta dip. Like that's like you coming to your homeboy crib or your man crib and there's clothes all over the place every time you go there. You look like he filthy.
Okay, so what do you guys think about this? And maybe ladies, you guys can answer this. Like some people may like women like people that are physically fit, men like women that are physically fit, but they aren't fit. Do you guys think that that's fair?
Shit don't bother me.
Doesn't bother you?
Ah,
Ladies, Michelle?
um, some people will say that opposites attract. So I think everyone has preferences. Like I personally wouldn't date a fat guy because I'm chunky. I don't want to be rubbing chunky on chunky.
Okay, so like I guess
Yo.
my question is okay, so
Yo, Michelle, that is the most honest shit you've ever said in your life, my nigga.
is
Cállate.
it, is it fair to have standards that you don't adhere to yourself?
Yes, it is fair.
Yeah.
Because it's your
Okay,
world.
so let me ask this. So like if someone had like made 6 figures Is it fair for her, or if a person made 50,000 a year and she wants a person that makes 100,000 a year, is that fair? Like you don't really make that yourself.
I mean, I don't think that person is making it fair to themselves, because if you're a female and you want a man that makes six figures, but you surrounding yourself around individuals that only make 50, that's you're doing a disservice to yourself. So if that's what you're looking for, you need to go and surround yourself around the individuals that are making that type of money. You can't be dating Boo Boo the Fool from Western Projects and then be uh 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 exigiendo 100,000. There's just no way, you know. Just that makes no sense. That person is doing themselves a disservice.
But
But
then again, as you say that, she could want that 100,000 nigga and end up with him, and he could treat her like shit. Now you've been searching for a nigga who make 100,000 your whole life, and now he treats you like
mhm.
basura. And then there's a dude
Yeah,
that
but
probably
that's
make 40, 60,000,
Basura.
and he probably treats you like the world. Like
no, but that
you,
would be her problem.
it would
Mm.
be.
That's what she.
But
That's
she's out there
that would be
searching,
her problem.
and that 100,000 man could be that one dude that she was fiending for. He could just straight treat her like it's vice versa as well. But
Um, do you guys think that people compromise certain things and regret it later?
everybody does.
What would you
Yeah.
compromise in a relationship? Like if you're in a relationship with someone or seeking to be in a romantic relationship with someone, what are some of your standards or some of your preferences that you're willing to compromise, if there are any?
Uh, I don't compromise enough. So after at this point, I ain't doing no more compromising unless you follow my lead. I'm and not to be a jerk about it. Like it's just I done put myself in position where I had to start over just for somebody else to be happy and get shitted on. And enough's enough with that. Like, and I'm stuck with 4 kids, like out here with my neck cut off. So I ain't doing no more compromising with nobody at this point.
Frank, how about yourself?
Well, like I said, I don't really have. I don't know why
What's
y'all
your
be
deal
having me,
breaker? What's your
me
deal
on here, but
breaker?
I have a lot. I mean, my deal breakers come along as they come along. Like
Mhm.
like you might do some shit that just gets on my nerves at that particular moment, and then I'm gonna tell you about yourself. And if it happens again, I'll cut you off.
Well,
Um,
Understood.
let me ask you a question. Would you date anybody that has children
I
before
have
parents?
dated females. I have dated females that have children, but I have I have dated.
What's the children limit?
What do you mean?
How many children can you
Does
bear?
the woman have to have? It don't
Yes,
matter. They're not mine.
they're not yours. So okay,
Yeah,
so
it
that's
don't
gonna
matter. She
go
can
to
have
my
10.
question. That's gonna
She
go
can
to
have
my
10.
next question.
She can have 10 because they're not mine and they're not gonna be mine.
And
Like
so does that mean that you're not gonna be involved in their? You're gonna be with the mother, but not involved with
The
the children?
kid's life.
absolutely not. They have their daddy.
Damn, that's tough.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so this
Tell
is gonna
us
sound
why.
very this is gonna sound very selfish,
No, no, it's not. This is your truth.
but
So good.
but
Tell your
but
truth.
for many years I would date women with children, and when I say date, sleep with them. But consider I would never consider uh or
A
even
serious
fathom having
relationship.
a
Yeah.
serious relationship with a woman with children, because I had my son, and my son, I am not conceited, because when you decide, okay, I'm gonna be serious with this person,
Mhm,
eventually you got to move in with them, right? So if that woman has 2 kids, for example,
mhm,
you can't come home every 2 weeks and say, yo, here's 1,000 for my portion of the rent, your portion of the rent, my portion of the food, and your portion. You have to come home with enough for the four, right? So now I'm taking, and that I consider that taken away from my son's financial situation. So I am not going to take for my son to give to somebody else's kids. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Understood.
That's
So I
understood.
have a question to piggyback off that. So it's okay for you to how many kids you have prior to your marriage?
One.
One.
Okay, so it's okay for the woman that you're married to accept your son and be with you and deal with all of that too at the same time.
She didn't have any children.
That's not what I asked. It doesn't matter if
Oh,
she has children or not. She still had to
well,
accept you with your child.
that's her choice. She didn't have to. I didn't tell her she had to. She
So
chose
what you're
that.
saying is you don't expect her to,
To give
uh,
to him.
to give anything to your kid.
No, absolutely not. That's not her responsibility.
Okay. I
When I
guess
was when I was dating her, I never asked her to watch my son when he would come down and stay with me for the weekends or a week or the summer. I never asked her to be a babysitter. I just that's my responsibility. That's my problem. If it's considered to be a problem. So I never like really like I would never like impose that on her or expect her to. That's not her job. It's mine. And
So
so yeah.
my question to you is so at the time you working, right? So when you going to work, you was actually paying for a babysitter and let her be free?
No, he'd stay with my mother or my sisters.
All right.
okay.
Just curious. So ladies,
Yeah.
what's your how many kids before you like can't do it?
For
Two.
myself, uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a blended family, and that has been challenging. But I've never thought about a limit. But I definitely wouldn't do like 2 or 3 baby mamas, only because that right there, like that tells me there's a problem with that man.
All right, hold on.
Mm.
But
The
yes,
question: many kids, not baby
for
mothers.
kids, maybe like two tops,
Two tops.
two
Mich-
tops.
You said
Michelle.
me? Oh,
No,
I
okay,
agree.
go ahead, go ahead.
I agree. Two. Yeah, two. And my reason for that is because if I do decide to be in a serious relationship with you and we decide to have children, I understand the whole blended family thing, but that's like a lot of kids. And I'm not, and the whole like she said, if there's too many baby mamas, I'm not trying to be a part of that herd.
Okay, Lika.
I won't count the kids. I count the baby mamas. Sorry. If he has one baby mama, then it's only
Mhm.
4 kids out of that baby mother. I would rock with it. I would
Yeah.
be in a relationship because he's with one, stable. He wasn't out there spreading his seed all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the mother because sometimes the mothers can make your lives a living hell too
Hmm.
in the
Mm.
relationship.
Just tell me about it.
All
Mm.
right, all right. So with that being said, right? I know I ain't answered yet. I really don't care if you can have 10 kids. Listen,
Mhm.
I'm straight.
Okay.
Kids, it is what it is, right? But listen, my thing is, so would you? So you wouldn't accept a man with 2 kids,
Mhm.
but you would want a man to accept you to have would want you to accept you if you had 3 or 4 kids.
So I'll answer that. I'll go first.
Oh, okay. I'm,
I'm
I'm
gonna go first. So because I like to consider myself honest, right? And I'm fair. I
Mhm.
only have one child, and
okay.
my son is about to be 6 years old, and I take care of myself so that I will not have another baby daddy unless that man is putting a ring on my hand, on my finger, and marrying me, and we're having something stable because I wouldn't accept somebody who has multiple baby mothers. So I don't want to be someone who has multiple baby daddies. It's just fair.
Okay.
Yeah, for myself, like, I it was back then it wasn't really a thought. You don't really necessarily start thinking about sometimes certain things until you fall into
Experience it.
or you enter a situation. And so like I think that before a person can enter a relationship, they should definitely have, what the negotiables are within that relationship if kids are involved, because that can be like a difficult thing, like what they think, what their parenting style is, um what their situation was prior to you jumping into a relationship with that person, what their relationship is with their baby mother, what their, how you going to bring that situation together. And I think a lot of those conversations get missed when you enter a relationship and kids are involved. And that makes the situation more difficult further down the line. And I think that's an experience I had.
The rebellious stage. Sometimes you get into a relationship and it might be a teenage child, preteens. That's the rebellious stage. It's really difficult to deal with a
And
child at that.
what we're also missing as well is that women that have multiple baby fathers, uh, they tend to make bad choices and bad decisions in life, just like
Hmm.
men do.
Yes,
Okay.
So
yes,
that would be a
that's a
red
fact.
flag for a man
Hmm.
to meet a woman that has multiple baby fathers.
Hmm.
Something's wrong there, you know, and some of y'all might not agree with me
No,
because
I agree.
you are of the female gender. No, because you're of the female gender, you might not agree with me. So, but yeah, I think that men as well have to would take that into consideration. How many baby fathers you got? So, Michelle, you
Hmm.
are on the right track.
Gracias.
So let me ask you, what do you think about men that take on the responsibility, not even take on the responsibility, end up with a woman that has kids, but then decides they want the mother, but not really want to deal with the kids?
Ladies, be careful.
What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that's a fucked up situation. And there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of dudes out here in this world. I hate to bust y'all out there like that, but listen, it's a lot of dudes that would deal with a person, but will not deal with the kids, and it's fucked up. I believe it's a fucked up situation
Why? Why so?
because it's like if you know that this lady had kids or have kids, like you know these kids gonna be around regardless of the fact. Either accept it or just walk away. Don't waste her time or your time at all because it's like a person will love you. Like just love that person, just love you, and don't give a fuck about that kid. Like anything can happen to that kid, and they wouldn't care. Like oh, like yo, you gonna go get us something to eat? I go get the person be like, I go get you something to eat, but that's not I mean, call his pops or something like where's pops at or it'd be crazy things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
and he could take his
I mean,
anger it like that's why I be trying to tell certain females, listen, you got to be careful who you deal with, because you can end up with a savage ass dude. Like he could just honestly just end it for you and don't care about what's around you, how many kids you got, your moms or anything like that, and take all this anger out on your child. So what the world we live in right now is corrupted, straight up and down corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
um, I would
Freddie?
say that I would say that because I mean, what I said earlier had some truth to it, but there is some leeway. I mean, because all jokes aside, like you have to be someone really special to me in order for me to
Provide
to,
for the
to
child.
see you that way. Like you have to be like, oof, you have to be like emotional level,
Mm-hmm.
experiences, years in order for me to even consider that. Um, and of course, if I love you, I have to love your child.
Hmm.
Like the brother said a few seconds ago, you have to be very mindful of who you bring around your children. Um, there's a lot of sick people out here in this world, and in the past, when I've dated women that have children, if I didn't let it be known verbally, the situation that me and that female had made it an understanding that it was not going to go past that. So it was no need to have that conversation because it wasn't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, because everybody's not special. You are like the point is that to me, you would have to be super special in order for me to
And what
consider
does
you
super special
What's
look
super?
like to you? What does
Hmm.
super special look like to you?
super special. Uh, super special is a lot. Like time in. Uh, you know. we've dealt with a lot of things together, like serious shit. Like my daddy died, and you were there, and you just was there to support me emotionally, or I had a cousin get killed, and you was there every day, making sure I was good with a phone call or pulling up, like yo, let's go get some breakfast, get your mind off things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or I'm trying to accomplish something in terms of schooling and shit, and you there cheering me on, like yo, how you doing in the classes? Is everything going good? And
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, if I'm on the verge of giving up, you're there. You're there, like yo, don't give up, keep going, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that builds a relationship. Um, because I've never been one to actually look like I've never when I was single, I never was like yo, all right, in 6 months I want to be in a relationship. So the next few people I date, the goal is to end up in a. I've never done that. I just fucked around with females, and then whatever took place took place. Like if it was a sexual relationship, that's what it continued to be until it ended, or if it turned into a relationship, it turned into a relationship. That's just
So let me ask you a question, right? Would you prefer to be with the woman that has her own, or somebody, you can take care of that maybe needs you?
well. My mother always taught me and my siblings to not depend on other people's pockets or what other people got going on. You always have
Mhm.
to um, go after your own and make sure you have your own so that nobody could ever have the opportunity to lower your forehead. Um, so I don't know. It's just to me, you could find happiness in whoever, whether they making bread or they not. It just
Mhm.
has to be that right situation at that right moment. That's just what it is to me. Like cause I don't know, like people that plan to be in like okay, the next 5 years, the people I'm gonna date has
Mhm.
to end in the marriage. Like, I just don't see. I've never done that, and I don't see how that works. It might work for some certain people, but to me, it just doesn't seem like something that works. Yeah.
So would
Do
you, what about you also? Would you prefer to be with somebody that you can take care of, or somebody that has her own?
Um,
I mean, keep it honest. Some guys like a woman that has her own,
I
because
mean,
that's
I don't,
to
I
take care
don't, nah, I don't mind. Like, it don't even matter to me. Like, my thing is like if you got your own, it's a plus. If you ain't got it and you work and your plan is to get it, cool. But I'm not tripping. I'm not really tripping about what's in. But I would prefer a woman who definitely have her own. Like,
of. Hmm.
I ain't tripping on that. But if you ain't got it, and I mean, if you trying to get it, and I could be there to help you, or not trying to make it a pity party, I could do what I could do for you. I ain't saying I'm the richest nigga in the world or rich at all, but if I could do what I could do for you, and we could do it together, we straight.
Hmm.
do you guys date like based on potential? Like also you mentioned earlier that she has to know how to cook. Anybody could learn how to cook at any given time. So would you date someone that has everything that you want, but she just don't know how to cook yet? No? Oh,
Even
that's
though
your
she
deal
has
breaker. You
potential,
be hungry.
that's a deal breaker.
I can't do it. I don't care how cute you are, how bad you is, what you got going. If you can't cook, we can't do it. We're not gonna mix. It's
She
not.
might learn though.
I ain't got time for you to learn. You're a grown ass woman, just like y'all women. Oh, I ain't got time to be taking care of no grown man. This, that, and the third. You got to listen. Know how to cook. That's what you learn growing up. Like instead of you running the streets and want to do what everybody else do, learn how to cook. Like that's the first thing. I believe that's the first thing besides the female reading and getting her bread together. Is take her time to learn how to cook.
What about you,
How
Lika?
about you?
Let's ask.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry. Having technical difficulties over here. Repeat the question.
Um, like, are there any deal breakers that you may have that are non-negotiable? Also, says that you got to know how to cook. If you can't cook, he doesn't care about anything. You're a no go.
My deal breaker is hygiene.
Hmm.
Hygiene.
Yeah, like I know how to wash his
How
balls.
many showers a day we talking here?
Hygiene. If you
How-
if you can't bathe twice a day at least, there's a problem.
How about twice every 2 days?
You have to sit in the corner somewhere because that ain't happening.
I cannot with him.
Wait, does
How
that include? Can you include a bird bath in that? Like the important parts. Like you get up, you got like 40 minutes to get ready. You ah
I have a sensitive nose, so that's all I can say.
sensitive.
so
No.
no bird baths. That's a deal breaker for you.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to go outside smelling on his own, that's his business. But if I have to smell you, it's a problem. Problem.
how about you, Lemmy? What are your deal breakers? Is it the same as also does she have to know how to cook? She got to rub your toes,
Mm,
massage your feet and your back when you get home from work.
I have my deal breakers would be anything that gets on my nerves.
And what gets
Anything
Like,
that anything that annoys me is a deal breaker.
like what?
Uh, like if we just getting to know each other and you too familiar too early, or like you doing too much calling, too much texting.
Mhm.
Like you relax, I get annoyed. I'm at work. You relax, you chill. Like if I don't return your call within 30 minutes, don't text me. Shit like
Mm,
that. Like
for real, that's
or
annoying.
or like if I'm dealing with you doing too much around people. Like you see me in public and you doing the most. Like you trying to make it known that I'm dealing with like shit like that.
Like what does that
Um,
look like? Like what? Hugging up on you, kissing up on you.
yeah. Too much, too much. You spread your feathers too much.
Can I stop
Or
you
this
right
is
there real
this
quick?
is
Like,
in
but what if
wait this is
what if the person is doing that because she doesn't feel like you're validating, like you are, you know,
She wants
you
attention from you. You're not giving
she
her her.
wants to show the world that she's involved and you're not really giving her the validity she needs.
Hmm.
98% of the time before I start dealing with somebody,
Hmm.
I let them know what it's going to be. And it's and that contract usually almost never guarantees you to be in a relationship with me. So
Oh my
there's
God.
no reason for you to be doing all that. That's to answer your question. That you threw me off on the last one, which was the last one was why you laughing, Michelle? The last one was like
Does
if
she
I
got to
just
know how
met
to
you,
cook? Oh,
nah, because I could cook myself, and if I can't cook, I'll buy my own food.
good.
The last one was like if we just met, or if I'm dealing with you and you always going through something, like you always got an emergency, you always need bread, like
That's the killer.
everything, like you always got some shit going on, like that requires financial recovery
Assistant.
or like a financial like a bailout. I'm not doing that.
That's the
Yeah.
Okay, so then let's take it back to the last question. Would you prefer for a woman to have her own then? Because
You don't necessarily have to have your own,
I mean, would
but
you prefer
if
for her
you
to
are
be
walking,
able to
if
manage
you're
her living
walking,
financially?
I know a lot of men and women that are a walking emergency at all times. They have an emergency all the time. Like somebody dies every week, or they behind on rent all the time, but to to they manage to get it done every time. They manage to resolve their issue every time without
Mhm.
having to ask anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't ask me, but god damn, like I just
Try
helped
not
you.
to.
Yeah, like I
So,
just helped
so
you, like
so would you prefer a person that can carry her own? Because if
carry
she
your own. That's a better way to say it. Yes,
okay
yes, yes.
in the relationship, because sometimes like if everything falls on one shoulder, now we're sitting at on a lopsided table, right?
Mhm.
So you prefer a person that can carry her own, whether you're
Yes,
there
that shit
or not. If you're
or
around,
not. Yes,
you're not somebody
yes.
dependable.
I would also say I like ambition. I like women with ambition, with
Mhm.
drive. Um, I like independent, strong women, but yet feminine at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like a chatty patty or the attitude or you wanna you wanna show as much testosterone as I got. I don't like that. You could be independent and a strong black woman without all of that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like I feel as though a woman should always be feminine and should know her place in
Okay.
society.
And so what does that place look like for you? Like, because you seem like you're very masculine,
On
very
the right hand side, 2 steps behind me. That's what you. That's
wait,
what. That's
what?
what.
Wait, what?
that-
Wait,
Walking with
we
your
think
head
about
down
what
to the
he just
floor.
said.
I'm joking.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm
You said
joking. I'm joking. Nah, I mean when I say your place, feminine. Just be Just be a woman.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are in charge. You have a certain amount of charge in the home or in a relationship. But don't forget that you are a woman. You know what I'm saying? And then because women get offended when men say, yo, you got to know your place. And your place is being a woman, being feminine. You are female. You all that rowdy shit and arguing and want to get in somebody's face and doing the most. That shit runs its course with
Well,
some people.
let me ask you a question then, Lika. Is sex negotiable? Is that a standard or a preference for you? Does a person have to have that?
Have what?
Sex. Be able to throw it
Oh,
down in the
sex.
bedroom. Be able, is
Oh,
that a
that's a
negotiable, non-negotiable thing?
I think it's a standard for everybody.
Is that a standard for everybody or a preference? Because you could teach people how to, you
I
know,
You could teach people how to please you in each way. Because if let's say you have a new partner and they don't know your style, you can always teach them and tell them what you like and what you don't like. So it goes both ways. It might be a standard, it might be a preference. It depends on the chemistry. I would
mhm.
say it won't really because I can always teach someone how to please me.
What about
mm.
you also?
What was the question again? I'm trying to.
Is sex negotiable, non-negotiable? Is that like
Uh,
a major standard? Is that like something that it has to be good or it doesn't, doesn't matter? Is you can teach them like
it
is that
has to be good.
it has to be good.
Yeah, it has to be good.
Okay.
It,
So the cooking and the sexual pleasure is a
it has to
standard.
be. Yeah, that's definitely. It
So
has to be. That's like that's like the yin and yang, man. Like you gotta feed a belly and teach a dog a new trick here and there, but it has to be though. Like it has to be.
so are you willing to teach somebody?
Am I willing to teach?
Yes. Are you willing to teach?
But of
Let's say
course.
you like the female and she has a lot of great qualities. She's a great listener. She's a great cook,
Right.
but she's not really, that great.
Sexually active.
Yeah, she's not you guys are not sexually compatible. Is that a deal breaker?
Nah,
No?
nah, it's not a deal breaker. She'll get there one day.
You'll,
They
you'll
want
teach her or you'll teach her.
Ain't nothing the Casamigos won't get out that funk. She'll get there one day. Couple of shots before you know it, she'll be like, you know what? Show me the way.
What about you, Frank? Is sex a deal breaker?
Well, we all have figured out that I'm a weirdo,
Mhm.
Oh,
and it doesn't necessarily have to be a deal breaker because I'm gonna be
yeah.
the one doing all the work anyway.
Okay,
Because
so you're a pleaser. You like to please.
yes, I've been told that I'm a pleaser, and if there is something that you do not know how to do, I just ask you not to do it again. Like I've dealt with females that don't know how to suck uh schlong. I don't know how to suck schlong, so I'm not about to teach you how to suck schlong.
Oh,
So just don't don't give me head. I just, you know what? Just don't do that. I'm good. Let's do everything else but that.
all right. What about you, Michelle? After that, we're gonna go through some questions that everybody had. Go ahead.
Mm. I mean, it's definitely, I would say it's a preference. Some people have a preference in size and girth and the way it feels. Some people are sexually submissive and some people are sexually aggressive. So it's definitely, I would say it's a preference. It's a preference for me. I have a preference.
So, like earlier, Gisela said, please tell me in the Bible where you find a verse that a woman must know how to cook. Let me. So you said that earlier.
Yes, please
Talk about it.
That is,
explain.
that's not. I don't think that's what I said. Did I say that?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Somewhere, listen. Somewhere in that book, there's a clarification that the only room in the household that was built for a woman is the kitchen. Now, do I know the verse? Which book? But that's what I was told. You know what I'm saying? What else was the kitchen be put in the house for a woman to be in it? That's what I said.
But you know that statistic wise, men are better chefs than
I,
women. So
and
I don't understand why we got to cook for y'all.
I was just about to say that. And the crazy thing, only reason why that's a deal breaker for me, because it's like, if I'm out here killing myself that's if we get to that point. If I'm out here killing myself going to work for you, doing all the things I'm supposed to do for you, I should at least come home to that. And I ain't saying you got to cook every night, but you have to cook. Like, you have to cook. Like, you got, like, you know what, today?
Wait, can I address something? Can I
Go
address
ahead.
something real quick when
Go
you
ahead.
finish,
Go
bro?
ahead.
My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Do you
What
think?
is it with women? What is it with women? These new generation women talking about they only cook Monday through Friday, or Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, or Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what are you talking about? You only cook every other day.
Well,
There's
I cook
7 days
every
in a week.
day. I cook every day, especially
I
because
met a
I'm a
few females.
caterer.
I met a few females that hit me with that. I only cook every other. What the? I don't cook
Well,
on
you do
Friday,
need a
Saturday.
break. You need
Who?
a break.
What do you mean?
Everyone needs a break.
A break? A
Yeah.
break?
Yeah.
Are you
I think
kidding
that
me?
I think that there's people that live a busy life. Like, me, for example, I live a very busy life, so I'm not cooking every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like
Are
trying to
you are you
get
serious?
what?
Are you serious? Why is she making her face like that? Miss Blue
Lika, go
Hat.
ahead,
What is your
Lika.
Alika.
name? Alika.
Because
Why
she's
are you
right.
making that
Because
face?
first of all, some of us are single mothers. Some of us go to school,
Yeah.
go to work, and by the time we come home, what time do you have to cook? So you could cook every other day.
I'm still trying to hear a valid excuse.
I
Okay,
just
why
think
is it that
You
why is
need a
it that men
break.
don't cook for us? You guys know that we're
No, no,
out
no,
there
no, no, no,
working.
no, 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 no.
Yes,
Stop that. Stop it.
you can
Stop
cook
it with that, please. Come on.
and
Cut it out.
leftovers taste good too. So
Are you serious?
yes, they
Me-
do.
I don't. First of all, I don't eat a day old rice. So we're gonna be making a fresh batter rice every day.
Okay, I get that.
Um,
Let's get that clear.
I'm gonna
Huh?
be totally. I'm gonna be totally honest. Me personally, I don't eat leftovers. Like my son doesn't eat leftovers. I don't have. But when I cook, I don't have leftovers. So we either gonna eat out or I'm gonna cook. But sometimes females need a break. You tired. You come home late from work. You don't want to cook, so you order out. You
You
go to a
got
restaurant. That's
COVID.
why they have
You got
restaurants.
you can have you can have COVID. You're gonna be cooking. Like, come on.
So real quick, right? Anna
You're gonna
said
have
in a
tap
relationship,
water.
okay. Anna said in a relationship, which is more than a mess around, you must accept the kids no matter what the situation is. What do y'all think about that?
I agree.
That's I agree because it's more than a mess around. So if you're taking somebody serious, you're accepting their children right along with them, just as they should accept yours as well.
What if the kid is really, really bad?
It's
Like
tough.
he's
That's
the
the parent. So
That's
the
tough.
parent needs
That
to
means
fix
the
that.
parent has to set boundaries.
what if there's no fixing it?
No, we gonna fix that.
Um,
How?
listen, you are raising great questions. It's tough. That's a tough one. I would probably have to sleep on that one.
So for
It's
me, if
tough.
it's a mess around, you're not meeting my kids. You're not meeting my kids.
Thank you.
I'm funny with people meeting my children. So you have to, in order for you to meet my children, you have to be
Taking me serious.
Taking me
God have to
seriously.
tell me
Thank you.
you're the one. Because no one can meet my kids like that. Only
Yeah.
one guy since I broke up with their father met my children, and that was it. No one else.
Okay, so here's another one. They said farting is a big deal breaker. What do you think about that?
Oh my
Oh,
God. So
that's
let me
not.
tell.
Yes.
Yes, it is a deal. It's a deal breaker for me too. I went out on a date with this guy, and he handed me something. When he walked away, he farted. I ain't never talked to that man ever again. Like that was really disrespectful. I don't want to smell that
That,
shit, and neither did you say
that could have been
sorry.
a man. That could have been the man of your life right there. You have no idea what you missed
No,
out on.
I know what I
You
missed
have no
out on.
idea
I
what
don't want
you
to be
missed
smelling
out on.
nobody's fart on the first
Yeah, but
date
when
at
you
that.
when you when you when you what is this?
Crazy. There we
The
go.
first date, no, no, wow, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you. Is farting a deal breaker for you? Also.
Nah, listen, do your thing, man. Just say excuse me. Just, just don't do it. Only thing, just don't do it at the table. Don't do it at the table while I'm eating.
Exactly.
While we in the moment, like, but if you gotta go bust a win, bust a win. If you gotta use the bathroom, go do it. Like, don't. I hate a female. That's one thing I hate from a female. That's another deal breaker. Don't hide yourself. Be yourself. Like, if you gotta go take a shit, go shit. If you gotta fuck, fuck. Do your thing.
Read this comment right
Okay,
here.
her name is Mo Better. She said, I know how to cook, but I do not like cooking every day. I believe me and my man should take turns with the cooking. I don't like to be relied on to do everything. Should be half and half responsibilities. What
I
do you
I
think about
I,
Exactly.
So
agree.
can your man cheat on you every other day? Or wait, or
So
can
food
can
is gonna
another
make you cheat, bro.
can your man
that?
no can your man bring another woman in and to share half of the other half of that responsibility you do not wish to take? It's my question to this young lady.
So that means
What
you're
is
gonna
this?
be
What
paying
is
for
going on
you're
here?
gonna be paying for a
Look,
chef.
so
Are you paying for a chef?
Who got money for a chef? Just like listen,
So that means you can
if
cook
I
I
for
don't
come
do
the
it.
other days too.
if I come home every month, right at the end of every month, and do
Mhm.
not have my portion of the bills, or let's say we have the agreement, I pay all the bills, or we have the agreement that we go half on all the bills. If I come home for 3 months straight, talking about yo, I don't got it this month. Next month, yo, I don't have it this month. Next month, yo, I only got 300. They, you know, you're gonna eventually women get tired and they're gonna find somebody to replace you. So because you're not keeping up your end of the bargain. So that's my question to this young lady. If you're in a
yeah,
household with somebody,
but you're saying at the end of the month, that's just once a month. You know how many days it is in the freaking
30.
month that we have to cook for you guys? So why can't in those 30
Mhm.
days, why can't you pick 3 days out of those 30 days where you cook, or four, once a
Yo,
week?
Michelle, you
hold on.
grew up with your mammy and your pappy under the same roof, right?
Yes, I did. My father cooked sometimes for my mom, for all of
Don't
us.
that's not don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold
Because
on.
you know what my question is gonna be.
Okay,
Hold on.
what's the
He
question?
did. He did.
Your
I'm
mom
not,
cooked how many days of the week?
not supposed
How
to cook,
many days?
or he not
Six,
supposed to be in the kitchen.
six or 5. And my father, and sometimes if he got home before her, then he'll cook. So he'll cook for
That's
all of us until I learned how to cook. And then he no longer cooked, but they had a child that can cook now.
Well, I grew up in a house where my mother did mostly everything, and now here I am, almost 40, and I'm emulating the same thing that my mother does. But there's traditional men, and then there's the modern man, and the modern man wants a woman to not just cook and clean. They also want to split the bills. And my father paid all the
All
bills.
the bills.
You understand? So I think that
Equal rights.
the table is
And
very
your
lopsided.
mom's and how many days a week did your mom's cook?
She cooked she cooked
Th-
almost every
She
day.
cooked. Just say it. No. Say it.
No, she
She
cooked
cooked
every day.
every
She
day.
cooked every day. She did
Thank
cook
you.
every day.
Thank
But she
you.
also
Thank you.
worked at some point. She also worked at some point.
Well, I didn't
She
ask you
helped
that.
provide
I
for
didn't
us.
ask you that. I
Okay,
don't
I'm
gotta
just
ask you
saying.
that.
I'm just saying. And listen, right? Just because we don't cook doesn't mean y'all can step out and go cheat.
nobody said that.
I did.
No, he
No,
said,
I'm
can
just
you
joking.
No,
I
cook?
just
he
joking.
did.
I'm
I,
joking. I'm
nobody.
joking.
I'm
I'm joking.
saying
I'm
though.
joking.
And listen, and I cook. I know how to cook. But I'm saying I will prefer a female that definitely knows how to cook, that know her way in the kitchen. Like, that's it. I'm not saying you have to be in there 7 days a week, 24/7 cooking and cleaning every day. I'm not saying that, but here and there, get your ass in that kitchen. Go make a. That's. I'm not like you said. If your man beat you, if I beat you home,
Yeah.
I'm gonna chef it up. I'm definitely in the kitchen. But if you there before me, or if you sitting there all day and you ain't did nothing, get in the kitchen. At least get
What
that.
what happens? Because you big on she got to know how to cook, so I just need this answered. What happens if she does know how to cook, but she just don't know how to cook none of your favorite stuff?
That's probably one thing I might compromise. If it's good, I'm
Okay.
all right. Long as she's feeding the belly, she can feed the kids. Know what I mean? We all right. I ain't tripping about that. And long as she ain't put
Mm.
no pork on the plate, I ain't gotta, know what I mean?
Y'all don't eat pork on here.
I don't eat pork.
I
So
don't do a
Neither
lot.
does
I don't
he.
do a lot.
no
Okay,
pork.
so real
Neither do
quick,
I.
let's switch gears real quick. So Anna said, "Would you date a girl with good credit, with the good credit,
But
and
doesn't know how to
doesn't know
cook.
how to cook?"
Yes,
Let me,
Yes.
yes.
because he know how to cook.
So you rather a woman that has good credit than a woman that knows how to cook?
I mean, the credit thing wouldn't really benefit me because I'm not.
Ain't
That's not. That don't got nothing to do with me.
for me.
That don't really got nothing to do with me. That's her credit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
it. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I would date her still. You know, I mean, because we ain't gonna be doing all that. You know, like you're not gonna be in my kitchen cooking and none of that because that we getting too familiar. You heard, and that's where all of the feelings will come in. And now she
And,
want to
and you're
change
not
shit.
trying to.
You know, let's be together. Yeah, yeah, yo, slow it down, man. Like, come on. But
But
listen,
like
on
I said, that's not into further down. You know what I mean? Down the line, like that's if we get that far. But if I'm gonna
Um,
get situated with somebody, she definitely gotta know how to cook.
So
Mo,
real.
Mo, Mo Better has said, "What is your definition of feminine women?" Lemmy,
Yeah,
no,
Frank.
no,
Yeah.
let my guy answer this. I want to
Go
hear his
ahead.
opinion.
you the
Also,
one who
what's
said
your
feminine.
definition of feminine
No, I'll
women?
go after him. I'll
A
go after him.
a feminine woman, she
Mhm.
gotta definitely smell amazing, even on her off days. Just not want to be a thug, like all that SMD, like all that thug walking and thug talking, like yo, word to my mother, son, yo, kill that. Kill that. If you got an issue, listen. Talk like a lady. I'm gonna bust her ass. I understand when I catch all that. Word to my mother. Oh, like you for what? Chill, man. Like chill. And then sometimes y'all get that way.
Okay, but okay. So, how would you prefer for her to speak to you?
Like just to me,
Watch your mouth.
like be easy what you say. Like
Watch
Like
your
say
what?
mouth. Watch
say
your
how
Like
you
word.
what
watch
does
your
that
mouth,
sound like?
Frankie?
yo. There's a little too
Like
much
you can
bass in your
yell,
voice.
you can scream, you can do all of that, but certain words you have to be careful what you say as a female. What you saying to a man? You can do all that yelling and oh this, that, and third. Like when you doing that shit outside in the streets, that's a no no.
Mhm.
That's a definitely no no. That's a no no. All that yelling and being disrespectful in the street, oh this,
Mhm.
that, third, like that's a no no. Yeah, just like all of that crazy and acting like you ready to bulk up and be tough. Like stop, because if I hit you, you swing on me and I happen to swing back at you, I'm completely wrong. Oh, you a man, you ain't supposed to. First and foremost, you jumped up like a nigga, you gonna get dropped like one. No disrespect. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Certain females have to
Um,
chill. Be a lady. Be a lady. And sometimes that's how you can diffuse the situation between what's going on with a man and you. Like whether he's your man or somebody in the streets. Like be a lady. Talk your shit. Go ahead, man. Whatever. Talk your shit.
Mhm.
Let me laugh about it, or you laugh about it, whatever I'm saying to you. But all that, I'm getting my brother to do this, that, and the third. SMD, listen, guess what? I got somebody for you. Hold on. Now
What do
things,
you
now things turn left.
What do you think about that, Frank?
um, I agree with certain things, but I'm gonna give my take on it. My take on it is this. I've had two serious relationships in my whole life.
Mhm.
My first relationship did not work. Well, I'm not gonna say why it didn't work, but I'm gonna give the gist of it.
Mhm.
Women need to learn how to let men be men, and when I say that
Mhm.
because with my wife. me and my wife almost didn't work out, and she knows this shit. You know, she's a very headstrong, independent, educated woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't know how to tone it down. You heard like the attitude, like getting mad quick and saying certain shit to me a certain way. Sometimes not even yelling, just the way you said it. You know, and not taking advice, not taking leadership. If I tell you, yo, we about to do this now, why don't we do it? 3, 2, 1. If I'm telling you, yo, we're gonna do this 1, 2, 3. You want to argue with me in the order we gonna do it in. Um, um, it's just stuff like that is what I when I say women need to learn their place. You know, be feminine, so a man could be a man. You know, a man could show you uh what he's about as a man. You know,
So,
uh,
so
uh,
do you think that it's important for women to know how to be submissive?
absolutely. That's where I was going with it. You got to learn how to be submissive. I'm not saying be a slave or nothing like that. I'm just saying be you know, play your role in society, which is a woman. That's it.
What does submission look like to you? Because
Do
there's
do
submission, there's submission, and then there's, compassion, there's empathy,
do as you're
there's
told.
your tone.
Do as you're told.
He's so
What?
annoying.
Do as
He's
you're
so
told.
annoying.
You want a child. That's what you want.
Malika, what do
You
you
want a
got?
child. That is what you want.
Do as you're
Do
told.
as you're told.
You want a child. That's what you want.
No, how
Yes.
is that? How is it what I just
Because
described?
you're
The last
saying do
part was
as
a
you
joke.
Well, let
The
told.
me
last
ask you
part was
this.
a joke.
Let
The
me ask.
last part was a joke. But
Okay.
what about what I said before is me wanting child?
No, that's good. I think you make a great point. You want someone that's gonna understand you,
No,
talk
I
to you.
want to hear from her.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lika.
It's the way you just said it. Do as you told. That's what kind of triggered me because it's like you want a child.
No, that was a
Okay.
joke. That last one was a joke. It was a
Okay.
joke.
You can say that now. But
Look at her temper. She ready. She ready to bring the hood out. Like,
see, I don't get like that 'cause I don't believe in that public display of arguments and all of that. If I see in my past relationship with my children's father, if he was to get loud with me, I'll just look at him. Okay, we can talk when we get home because I'm not doing that public embarrassment because that's too
Thank you.
ghetto to me.
Thank you.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not gonna either whisper in your ear because I'm short. I like tall guys, so I'm just gonna tippy toe or pull your head down to me, tell you something real quick in your ear, and let you know when we get home, we gonna finish this. We're not arguing in public. Um,
Yo, what's good, beloved?
I'm not gonna be obeying
What's
everything you
up?
say. I'm gonna listen to you to a certain extent if
Huh?
it makes sense, but I'm
I ain't
not
going
gonna
nowhere.
do as I told.
Yeah.
where everybody go?
We're here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right.
we only see friends.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. I'm not asking for a female to like. Oh, like I don't need no slave. I don't need no slave. I don't need nobody to be like, oh, bow down to everything I'm saying. I want you to give me some feedback here and there, this, that, and third. But my thing is public the display and all that. When we outside in the streets and talking that rah rah, even if I'm outside in the streets and you see something going on, chill, just chill. Like you
Well,
ain't got.
do you think that sometimes like you guys do certain things that cause your partner or a woman to like act out in a particular way?
I mean,
Sometimes you guys edge women on too. Like y'all like to poke.
So control yourself.
Uh, so we supposed to take what you're doing and then you expect us to control ourselves? How does that work?
Yeah. Look at how she's like. Why she's laughing?
Because you're funny. You're funny. You want a
Yeah.
reaction. That's what it is. You want a reaction.
Nah,
This is my
nah,
reaction
nah,
laughing.
the
So
thug
nah.
real quick, we're
and
gonna
the
get go ahead, go ahead.
people too. It be the little people that's under 5 feet or 5 feet right there, like 5'2".
Hold up, hold up, hold up,
Right? Don't come for
hold up! Don't come for us.
right there, like 5'4". It be them right there. Always,
That's not.
right?
That's not true.
It's always the little ones.
That's not
Okay.
true because I'm not argumentative. I actually walk away and shy away from problems.
Are you
Um,
serious, Michelle?
How
I
often?
am serious.
How
Michelle,
often?
I'm
are you
very
serious?
serious.
How
I'm very
often?
serious.
How often?
Why are you
All the
asking her if
time.
she's serious?
I
Why are
will
you
cut you.
asking
I
her?
will cut you off before you think that I'm gonna sit there and go back and forth with you in front of anyone. I said what I said, and I
Michelle
said
never
it.
told you how we met.
Like that? I
Michelle never
like
told
that.
you how we met.
Well, how about you enlighten us with that story? Tell us
All
how
right,
you met
so
Michelle.
my job had a partnership with the facility where Michelle worked at, right?
Hmm.
So I got sick. I don't know how I had a cold or what. Well, I needed a sick note. I wasn't really sick. I get there. She
I'm
was the
glad you
receptionist.
finally said that. Mm-hmm.
She was the receptionist, and I'm like, yo, I got our appointment. And she's like, hold on. I'm like, yo, what you mean, hold on? It's 2 minutes of my appointment. Like I said, hold on. I said,
Why
where
you
is
out
your
here
su-
lying?
where is
Oh
your
my God.
supervisor?
Little
I said,
people.
yo, where is
Why
your
are you
supervisor?
lying?
I had to
You're a
ask for
liar.
I had to ask for her supervisor. I had her written up because she's nasty. And every time I'd go to that office, she'd give me the only attitude. And then I found out she was Honduran because there was another girl talking to her in Spanish. I'm like, oh, no wonder.
Lying.
How did it go? How
That
did
is
it
how we met. Because the other one, I wanted to glaze the other one, the other co-worker. It didn't work out, but yeah,
My
that's what I remember.
cousin.
Yeah. How is she, by the
Oh,
way? Matter of fact, I shouldn't be
she's
asking that. Yeah, never
fine.
mind.
So tell us the story real quick, and we're gonna get to the question.
Okay. We did not meet that way. He's a damn liar. He did come in to the office because he needed a note for his job because he was fake sick, right? I didn't work in that department. I happened to be in the front desk at that day. Uh and I did not get my attitude at you. And we established that I was Garifuna that day. Actually, I asked you, are you Honduran? And you said to
You
me,
did not
I'm
ask me
Gari.
that.
No, you said I'm Garifuna. That's what you told me. You was like, I'm Garifuna. I'm not Honduran.
Why would
I
I need to
hate
tell
that
you that if I
term.
didn't?
That's what you
Yo,
said.
Michelle, you a dead lying. Let's move
You
on
know
to the
what? Like
question
I
because you
said, we
lying.
not gonna go back and forth. That's what we not
Don't
gonna do.
don't speak to me for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so Mo Better real quick said men also get offended when they realize we can hold our own too. Is that
That's
Dep-
true?
true. I've seen that
Depend on the
go?
happen.
man.
You
Depends on
see?
the man.
No?
Hmm.
I
No, not
agree.
me.
The
Not.
man.
I ain't tripping about that.
Okay, so hold on. Natalie, what's up, Natalie? She said, I agree he's switching the topic. She might have been talking to one of you guys.
What's she talking to?
Natalie says,
No.
so you don't cook for your lady, Lemisol?
Natalie Absu, she said, so you don't cook for your
Natalie
lady?
Oh,
Arzu.
D?
Yeah,
He know
I
he
do
cooked
cook.
for her.
You do
I
cook,
cook
Exactly.
for my wife.
okay?
I cook for my wife. I cook for my wife.
And how many days a week do you cook for your wife?
No, no,
Exactly.
no, 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 no. Not days. How many days? Okay, so listen. And I hope that this satisfies uh one of my fellow
Natalie.
panelists. No, my fellow
Oh,
panelists with
okay,
the
okay,
hat.
us, okay.
Um, I tried my best to learn from my relationship with my son's mother. I was very inconsiderate and male chauvinist, I would say, in that relationship. So I made it my duty the next relationship I got into that I would make certain changes and those changes are taking up some of the responsibilities of the home in terms of the cleanliness, cleaning up, um, food. Like for example, like I'm not working right now because I'm disabled. So when my wife
Mhm,
has to work from home, I get up. If I get up, I always wake up early because my body is built like that. I'll make
mhm.
breakfast. I make breakfast, make a little coffee, whatever, so she can start her day. I stay
Oh,
with
that's nice.
I stay with our daughter in the room so she could be on her, her video calls and all that.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice.
um, um,
Participating. That
and
counts.
another thing that I do regret that I never did with my son's mother, like if I would, like let's say for example, I would get off at 7 p.m. and instead of going to pick up my son from the daycare, I'd go home, and she'd have to get off at 11, 12 o'clock at night. She has to go pick him up and then
Damn.
bring him home, and
Mhm.
that is something that I regret doing. It was inconsiderate of me. It's very, it was fucked up. So I try my best to be as more useful, if I could put it that way.
You learned something. We proud of you.
Yeah, we're proud. That's
Shut
great.
up, Michelle.
Well, Carla Batiste said, well, my husband and I both cook and I love every bit of it. It's another way of bonding.
Definitely.
That's
Definitely is.
that is. What do you think about that,
Do you
Lika?
That's
guys like do you guys like cooking like in the kitchen with your partner?
I'm single, so
Not a
I ain't. I only cook for my kids.
So if you weren't single, is that something you would like to do?
That's dope. I don't mind.
Okay.
Well, I don't like nobody in my kitchen, so go sit down.
What what about you?
A person like you can't go to your crib and eat because you folk ready to poison somebody.
No, I'm a caterer. I would never.
Wait,
I
Um,
would never.
I would like that because sometimes cooking is fun. Like when you cook with your partner, you can have fun doing it at the same time.
and
Little touch here and there.
things do happen in the kitchen. Kids might wake up to some different type of breakfast.
Hey,
You never
yo.
know.
Yo, y'all crazy. Um, so hold on. So Jocelyn said my father also cooked and he definitely was a provider.
Yeah, told you.
So just like women could, you know,
I,
provide,
I
help
feel
pay
that.
bills and do all of that, men can do the same thing, right?
Mhm.
We
Yep.
listen,
Um,
we not saying that we can't do the same things. I want everybody that's in here that's sending y'all messages in. I'm just saying, you got to learn how to cook as a female. I'm gonna be real with you. Ain't no man on this right planet is gonna deal with a female who cannot cook. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you have to be in there every day slaving, but you need to know how to cook. A nigga ain't gonna give a damn about the credit thing because that's not gonna work for him. He not gonna care about such and such because it ain't gonna work for him. Like a brother want to eat, he want to come home and eat. You think he want to go spend money or take you out to eat crab legs and lobsters every day or every weekend? You can make that shit home.
yeah, that's true. I agree with that. So this is the last comment. Um, can't pronounce the name, but this person says, I agree with Lemmy. If we have an agreement where he pays all the bills, I should be able to handle the food, but prepped or delivered.
Both, love, both. All right,
Prepped.
bring me my lunch. Bring me my lunch, Mom.
Damn.
Bring me my lunch.
What do y'all think about that, ladies? If he pays all the bills, you can
If
handle
he
the food.
What
if
can they
he
say?
pays
What can
if
they say? What
yeah,
are they
it's
gonna say?
like nothing to
Nothing.
really cállate.
They,
It's nothing to really negotiate. It's nothing to really negotiate because he's paying all the bills, he's providing. So just keep the house clean, the kids together, and have his food ready. Like wake up early, give that man his breakfast. When he come home from work, that food just finished cooking. Serve him that shit after he take a shower.
Yeah, but you modern day females are not like that. You know your problem is I'm super miss independent and you live with your mother. I
But
Wait,
we're a little
swear.
we're a little traditional because we were like
Oh,
raised in two parent homes.
hold
Like
on.
so we saw
I
a
wasn't. I
different
wasn't.
flow.
I
No,
wasn't.
but
I
I
wasn't.
get that. I'm not
I
saying
was
no.
raised by my mom.
Okay, so I'm talking about me and my cousin Carla.
I'm
I was
So
with
we're
my
a
mom.
bit traditional.
So
I'm
we had
and
to.
Lika too. Lika was raised with both her parents
No, I
too.
was raised with my mom.
Solika too.
With your mom? Oh, with your mom. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
We,
no, no,
So
no. Listen, no shot at nobody. I'm just saying though, these modern females nowadays, that's what it is. It's like, yo, either we going to get lobster and shrimp, or we going to get crab legs and stand the third. Like, ma, do you even want to learn how to cook? Oh, nah, I'm not cooking for no man to stand the third. You want to be out in the streets doing the same thing, getting your head bust by different type of dudes. Crab leg. Like a nigga don't want that. A nigga want to come home to a home cooked meal sometime. Like, yo, ma, come here. Like, go cook. After you
Well,
cook, go blow some bread or something. Like, but these modern females don't want that. They want crab legs and bags.
so go
what
ahead, go
kind of
ahead.
females you dealing with also? Because you just keep
No,
saying
Right?
every episode you talk about bags. Like, what is that?
it's not who I'm dealing with.
Money.
It's everybody. If it's people in the world that's like that. These modern females is like that.
then you picking the wrong ones, because there's females out there that even if they go to school, go to work, or they busy, they will still come. They will still come home. If even if they don't cook, they still come home with a meal for their man to eat.
How slim?
Pardon?
How slim is that though?
I used to do it. I used to go to. When I was in high school. I used to go to school, work, and if I do decide to go out or whatever, I'll always bring home a meal for my man. Always.
One out of that's what 30 females out of 100 like that'll do that. Like it's not a lot of females that's doing that nowadays though. Honestly,
I mean, it's not.
I want you to be completely honest with yourself. Besides, don't look at yourself. I want you to look at what's around you, what's going on in the world. Like seriously, like you see, this is what you see. Every female want crab legs or a bag.
I'm personally not a bad girl, and neither do I like crabs. But what I did do when I was living with my significant other, if I'm gonna go out at nighttime, and I know I'm going out at nighttime, I'm about to go out and get my hair done, nails done, mani pedi, and do all this stuff. I know that I'm gonna make him his breakfast, serve him his breakfast. I'm gonna go get my hair done, come back home, cook for him, and then go back out and finish the rest of the things that I have to do. So when I do go out at nighttime, you can't say that I left you in the house with no food and that I was worried about going out with my family and my friends.
And that's a traditional woman. And this is what I'm saying. It's different now. It's not too many of y'all females out here in the world like that. It's not. And I'm not to bash anybody on the panel. I'm just saying there's not too many females like that. Just like it's not too many traditional dudes out there.
Look. I'm sorry.
Don't type in the way. Relax. We live in a different world. We live in a completely different world. A lot of dudes don't even want a female that want to cook. All he want to do is, long as she know how to get to a bag and bust shit, they good. That's a good relationship for them. For me, I don't want that. I need you to know. I need you to take it home with me together.
Go ahead, Frank.
Natalie just said that me and my guy over here are a little too old school. We a little too old school, and we need to pipe it down. We need to pipe it down. That is exactly what me and my guy talking about.
He's gonna be single for mad long.
That is what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Listen. The reason, one of the big reasons that me and my wife today made it to the point where we got married is because she piped it down. She had to tone it down. I had several conversations with her about that shit, but there was one particular conversation that really struck a chord in her and me as well, even though the words came out of my mouth. And she realized that she had to calm the fuck down. Until she did not do that, we could not continue further on.
Well,
especially make it to the point that we are today. So when even jokingly when men say certain things, because there are truths to every joke. Women should take heed because the people say, "Oh, this is a new era and things have changed." Sometimes things don't change for the better. Things don't change for the best. So there are many things of the past that were very instrumental to us as a society, as human beings, and would probably have been more, continue to have been for the future. But a lot of us are choosing to look away from those things because we want to be new. We want to be fresh. Like we don't, women want to be able to run their mouth how they feel or say whatever they want, dress however they want. But look at where that's getting us. Look at where it's getting us. I mean, you have women out here. You look on TV, you turn TV on. Black women are being over sexualized. Black people as a whole are being portrayed as ignorant, bearing children, left and right indiscriminate. I mean, it's just endless things that we are bringing upon ourselves because we want to walk away from things that were taught to us from the past. That's just my point. I don't know where I just went with that, but
I mean, I think we are living in different times, but I think that it takes if you're involved with somebody and you guys people aren't having like those conversations at home with their partners, then then that's another thing too that we're not looking at. Like I think people should, discuss their standards, which is like
Mhm.
what we started this off with. They should discuss, not so much your preferences, but what your standards are. And I guess, we started off with you not having standards, but yes, part of
You
your
do have standards.
you have standards, and your standard
I
you
do.
want.
Yes,
Yeah,
you do.
I do.
Yes,
you
you
sure
do.
do. You want your woman. You want to be respected.
Submissive.
You want someone to speak to you with a level of care. Just kind of have a level of respect. And so what I'm hearing is that you have defined respect in your relationship, and I think that all of us
Mhm.
need to have. I believe it's important to have a level of standards in your relationship and whoever you deal with. But the time we done went over our time, and the conversation was great. And I'm gonna go around the table so that everybody could give their last words. Let's start with you, also.
Mm, mm, sorry. Like I said, anybody out there that's watching, they kicking it. I ain't saying for you to change your life or change what you're doing, but as a female, be chill, be more chill. Try to get you some more traditional lifestyles of the old school, man. Go kick it with your moms and your pops, and see what they tell you.
Good stuff. What about you, Lika?
I just want to piggyback off of what Frank said. I do agree what he said. So I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you to an extent on certain topics. But
Thank you.
I do agree that, but also I also want to include that people need to come healed before they can come into a relationship. Because if you're still dealing with baggage and still dealing with um, issues from your childhood, teenage years, that also plays an effect on relationships too. So I would just say come healed if you're ready to be in a relationship with someone. That's it.
Go ahead, Frank.
Uh, I would just, you caught me off guard. I didn't know I was going to be
We'll,
next, but
we'll, we'll,
uh,
we'll, we'll come back. We'll come back.
all right, yeah,
Go
cool.
ahead, Go ahead, Michelle.
So I had to write mine down, right? Because I don't never remember. All right. So what I wrote was, there's someone out in the world that was created and molded specifically for you. Your wants and needs are important, and someone will meet the expectations for the mold without forcing it. Don't settle, because at the end, your biggest disappointment will be with yourself. On a positive note, lesson learned. It is okay at times. It is okay at times to be selfless. However, sometimes you have to be selfish. Don't play Russian roulette with your time and energy to accommodate an individual who wouldn't reciprocate that action to you.
Go ahead, Frank.
I need to start writing shit down. You know, he goes. Well, I'm gonna ramble my last thoughts. My last thoughts is this. You know, I'm gonna piggyback on what I said the last episode. Everyone should focus on gaining knowledge of self. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say knowledge of self, it entails many things. Uh, education, educate yourself on your past, who you are, where you come from. Educate yourself on yourself. Get to
Mhm.
know yourself. Try to reach an understanding of yourself, so you can know who you are and where you're going and where you want to be in the future. Um, I I would recommend that us as a society, as people of color, try to return to our modesty. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and modesty could be taken in a very broad spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then lastly, us as men and women, we need to start returning to our roles
Mm-hmm.
of male and female, um, and start building our families again and keeping our families together again, like they once were in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and build a structure for our
Mhm.
future. And peace.
I agree. That's well said, guys. From me, if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Anything.
refuse to lower your standards to accommodate those who don't have any. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't just watch our show, subscribe. We are a family. We will support your business. If you come on the show, we'll definitely put it out there so that everybody can support you right along with us. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, see you guys next Tuesday.
I can be great.
Peace. Peace.
Happy
Peace.
Mother's Day, ladies.
You
Everyone on the
do it. You
show,
Thank
Happy
you.
Mother's
You
Day. All
too.
those
Happy
watching,
Mother's
Happy
Day to
Mother's Day.
everybody. Right. Happy Mother's Day, guys. Bye.
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 Okay.